Hi guys, well, I needed to change the spark plugs on my V6 car, and somebody requested uh, of that as a how-to video, so, well, here it is. First step I do is I remove the deck lid to give myself a little bit more room along the firewall to move around. My deck lid's going to be a little different than most everybody else's. Instead of having the torsion bars on the hinges, I've got one lift strut. I've just got one lift strut on just one side. So this hinge is going to stay in place when I take the deck lid off, but the hinge over there, that one's not supported, so it's probably just going to fall over. So this will be interesting. I haven't ever had to, I don't think I have. I haven't taken the deck lid off this thing since I put this one lift strut on, because one of my torsion bars broke, and this was just the easiest thing to do. So first, we've got two screws, or two bolts. I think they're 13s on each hinge. Got this ground wire that you've got to disconnect, and mine is an 85, so my release wire that we've got to disconnect comes up through on the driver's side, and it's only a one-wire connector. The later models, there's going to be a 4 pinned plug over in this area that's kind of has like a Christmas tree pop body molding. The spikes of the Christmas tree pushed into a hole on the hinge back here, and that's what holds that up out of the way so the wires don't get caught on anything. But there's a 4-wire prong over here that you have to unplug on the later models. And so I'm going to just start taking my deck lid off, and we'll go from there. Okay, I can tell the trunk light is kind of glaring, so I'm going to turn that off for you. And also, you want to turn that off anyway, just to keep from running down your battery. Normally, the early models, their trunk light switch is right here. On the later ones, it's built into a switch up on the latch. When you unplug the trunk, the wiring over in that corner, on the later ones, the switch goes out. But on the earlier ones where the switch is built onto the car body, you gotta do something to keep that switch from making contact. I normally stick a twig or whatever I find laying around on the ground that won't conduct electricity. But in this particular case, I'm going to whore myself out and use one of my business cards. Okay. Second release wire, ground wire. This is totally doable with just by one person. It's a little awkward, and I prefer not to do it just by myself, but I'm the only one here, so that's probably why I'm making this video. After you get all 4 of the bolts loose on a normal one, I don't know what this one's going to do because I don't have the torsion rod. But on a normal car, you take the 4 bolts out, the deck lid's going to tilt a little bit, but it's going to stay there in place. And I start to pull down on it, and eventually you get to a breakover point, and the deck lid pops away from the hinges, and the hinges go all the way up to their full up position. Luckily, I've never broken a back glass before, because those are really hard to change. But that's how and then once it's flipped over, the hinges are up, the deck lid is laying almost flat, then you can kind of manhandle it and take it out of the way. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with this one, since I've only got the lift support, so I hope I don't break my window. forgot to tell you, you might want to turn down your volume for this. I normally do not take the grate out. I only did that because I'm going to be videotaping from the side later, and but it might make it easier to see whatever I'm doing. Okay, let's see what happens here. That was almost the same thing. Alright, now I'm going to move the camera so you can... Oh, damn, I wanted to show you something. Alright, we're going to make it different. No, I can still do it. Okay, if you have two people to remove the deck lid, see where my torsion rod is screwed in? Or this is the lift support. The torsion rod would normally also be attached to the hinge at this point. See how that bolt protrudes and kind of sticks out a little bit? There's a groove right in that area on the deck lid. I'll just show you. See that groove right there? That hole's off a little bit. That bolt of the torsion rod protrudes into this groove. Now we're going to go back over to the hinge. And after you get the two bolts that hold it in the deck lid onto the hinge, after you take those loose, you can't pull the deck lid straight upward out of the car because of this bolt is fitting that groove. What you have to do is go a little bit towards the windshield, and then you can take it away from the car. So if you've got two people, that's the best, safest way to do it. That way you don't have to worry about breaking a back glass or scratching the deck lid or anything weird. Okay, well, let's get started on changing the plugs.